Many young men panic the moment they see a receding hairline and rush to start Finasteride. The truth, however, is far more nuanced.
Darling birds, I'm going to Darling Birds Clinic. Darling Birds is where I'm headed. For mama told me, son, there are no second chances. Love and war and hair transplant. Darling Birds.
Grade 2 baldness on the Norwood scale does not automatically imply androgenic alopecia, AGA. It often represents nothing more than a genetically programmed maturation of your hairline. So coming to the classification, grade 1 describes the soft, rounded juvenile hairline seen in childhood and early adolescence, and is not usually gender specific. And as hormonal maturity sets in, this line naturally recedes to form the adult male pattern, a process that typically completes between the ages of 18 and 21. This shift, known as a mature hairline, defines Norwood Scale 2. It is a normal gender specific adaptation rather than a balding process. But the confusion arises because the Norwood scale, designed to classify balding, also includes these early grades, and patients see Norwood 2 online when they search and assume there is pathology inherent, and they panic. And then they self-medicate with DHT blockers like Finasteride and Dutasteride in a well-intentioned but misguided attempt to stop what is in reality a pre-programmed architectural redesign of the forehead. When I evaluate such patients, family history provides the first clue. If several male relatives share a broad or high forehead, but there is no apparent thinning or crown hair loss, this is simply familial frontotemporal recession. The follicles are healthy and show no sign of miniaturization under magnification. Hair calibre is uniform, density is unchanged, and there is no widening of parting lines. This is the natural maturation of facial framing and not at all because of androgenic alopecia. By contrast, a Norwood 2 that truly represents androgenic alopecia will display unmistakable biological changes. And these are a gradual miniaturization of terminal hair along the frontal and frontotemporal areas, decreased follicular density, visible in many cases to the naked eye as well, progressive thinning that extends beyond the temples towards the mid-frontal scalp, and often a strong family history of patterned baldness, fathers, uncles, or brothers with vertex or mid-scalp involvement. So the distinction between grade 2 on the Norwood scale, that is not having androgenic alopecia, and grade 2, which is a sign of androgenic alopecia, is crucial, because therein lies the necessity to take Finasteride or not. And as we all are aware, Finasteride works by inhibiting 5-alpha reductase, which decreases the conversion of testosterone into DHT, the active metabolite. DHT, which causes miniaturization if you have the baldness gene. But in a normal maturing hairline of grade 2, there is no DHT-mediated pathology. No such pathology to be counteracted by a DHT blocker. The follicles are not dying as in androgenic alopecia. They are simply fulfilling their genetic blueprint. Administering Finasteride in such cases is not only unnecessary, it is unscientific and unfortunate. For young men distressed by a broad forehead that runs in the family, the appropriate solution is aesthetic, not pharmacological. If your facial proportions demand better framing, a conservative hairline restoration is in order. Typically, grafts as low as 800 to 1200 are enough to refine symmetry. No drug is powerful enough to counteract this genetically encoded maturation of the hairline in Norwood 2 cases. Finasteride is too weak a tool against nature's developmental design, the resetting of the hairline. Therefore, a wide forehead alone is not diagnostic of androgenic alopecia, so do not be alarmed. True baldness is a story of progressive miniaturization, measurable thinning, and biological regression, not merely an inherited facial feature. Clinical evaluation, trichoscopic examination, and family pattern mapping remain the gold standards for differentiating between these two entities. In short, every recession is not a storm. Some are simply the tides of growing up. So before reaching out for Finasteride at the tender age of 18, alarmed by a receding hairline, pause a bit and seek proper medical guidance. You might just discover that what you thought was the beginning of your baldness is merely the end of your boyhood. Well, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Put a comment in the comment section below and I'll reply back to you at the shortest. Have a nice day and God bless you.